Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're starting out sorting out this big rusty mess. This is the floor underneath the driver's seat. So we're gonna clean it up, see how bad it is, start getting an idea of what we're gonna need to cut out and what we can save. It's probably quite a bit we're gonna have to cut out, but we'll see once we've cleaned it up. So yeah, we'll get straight into it. And that'll also, we can measure up and make a reasonably educated guess at how much steel we're going to need to put this back. So yeah, I'm going to get some safety squints on. I've got a respirator with dust filters on it. I happen to like my lungs, so yeah, we'll get that on and get dirty. Alright, got my earplugs in so I don't go deaf. Yeah. Oh. That's so much fun. Oh. Right. Same on the inside now. We've exposed some holes. I knew most of them were likely there, to be honest. Particularly if you look from the other side. The paint was in such good condition on this side, it was a bit deceiving. How bad it was on the inside. The paint is horrible, and tells the more of the story of how bad it really is. Oh. I'll see if I can get you somewhere where you can see more of what I'm doing than you can see here. Oh. Right, my fingers are cold. It's only about 2 or 3 degrees today, and it's pretty damn foggy as well. In fact, it's yeah, a little bit foggier in reality than it is on camera, but yeah, pretty cold today. Right, let's get you in a better spot. Oh, right. From this side in here, it looks bad enough that I'm scared to step on it. I mean, that's a pretty substantial piece of rust. So let's see what we find, shall we? Yeah, it definitely opens up some rust holes. Oh, that is not a comfortable position to be in on there, but sometimes you got to get in whatever position you got to get into. Doing the spark plugs wasn't much fun, if I remember rightly. I was sort of in this gap here, sort of laid across with my legs hanging out. It was not great. Oh, I've got a lovely runny nose, and I'm not in a wiper with. Looks like here, I'm pretty certain I've come across some filler down in this gap between the edge of the seat and the sill and the side here. It looks a pretty shoddy attempt at some form of rust repair. I think we're probably going to be cutting this whole piece out by the looks of it. It looks pretty thin. It is very badly corroded. And from the underside it also does not look fantastic. It looks like it's moved a bit. I'm sure there's been an impact on the outside, on the back down low, where the body meets the mud guard and forms the back of the wheel arch, because the panel outside here has moved out, and there is a sizable dent down there. But it looks like some parts up here have also moved as well in whatever that was. Yeah, so looks like we're probably looking at a panel full width from the there's actually 2 more cross members that run either side of the engine cowling, to what these panels sit on that side in the middle. So it looks like we're probably looking at a panel going from there all the way out to here. Part of the wheel arch, the last 5 inches of the tail end down into this flat piece down here, and then this piece, and then probably certainly the bottom of this rib here, where it meets the floor, and down here you can see my finger and daylight just there. So there's going to be a next, we'll cut the bottom of this piece off as well. Yeah, right, I'm going to go get the Hoover and clean all this up so we can have a better look at what we've got and what we don't have. And I think the battery's about to run out, so I might stop for lunch first while I charge the battery. Okay, right, now we've hoovered that all out, we can see a bit more what it looks like. Got some rust holes down there, as we can see, pretty big holes there. We got holes all the way along here, got holes under here. Hang on. Got the same deal on the bottom of this panel all the way along. You can see it there, that dark patch, all the way along here. That runs all the way out to the end of it, out there. Looks like somebody's tried to a bodge repair here with some filler. It hasn't worked. It's bumpy as all hell. Looks like crap. And yeah, it's pretty thin, the metal. So that's all going to come out. We'll take this whole panel all the way under here, basically as far as it goes, that whole panel out to there. Not sure how far we're going to come out this way. This doesn't look too bad, cleaned up and painted. There was a reasonable amount of, you can see there's still some rust in there. We'll have to go in there with a wire brush, I think, and clean that all up. But in the arch itself, I don't think I've got to come back too far. I have to clean some of this up a bit more, and particularly on this underside as well, and have a bit more of a look at it. Certainly up here it looks like it's going to have to probably come out. That's looking quite pitted and quite thin in places. So the next job will be to remove the seat base. I'm not entirely sure how it's welded. I think the lips all the way around, I think they're spot welded, but if they are spot welded, I'll see if I can't drill those spot welds out. But we'll pry that off and get that all apart, and then yeah, that'll make cleaning up the last of this a little easier. Okay, so we've cleaned up a bit more with the wire brush, exposed quite a lot more Swiss cheese all the way along there. That whole is going to be replaced. There's going to be this whole panel, probably up to at least here, possibly slightly past where this ridge is. The bottom end of all of this, obviously all this section, a good portion of the wheel arch here, and then part of this as well we're going to have to replace here. So next thing to do is to get this seat base out. I am thinking we're probably just going to run a cutting wheel just down somewhere around here and leave the tabs attached. And we'll probably do the same at the bottom here. That tab's probably getting replaced. It's looking in pretty shoddy state, and the other ones on the floor, actually the other ones that attach it to the floor, they're also completely gone. So we'll probably just cut them straight off, and then we'll take this seat base back to the workshop, and we'll remake the bottom of all of it. I think it's probably the best way to go, and that'll give us access to finish cleaning up. And then we'll start cutting the floor out and ordering metal, I suppose. So let's get on with it. Okay. Whew, right. Okay, right. Yeah. Got this seat base freed up now. Cutting, chiseling, grinding, and we got it out. all the tabs on the underside pretty much I'm going to have to replace, bar the ones that I've left attached that are still in good condition, i.e. we can weld back to them. But we've gotten out. There's a few bits that want straightening out while we've got it out, which is fine. So that's that out, and now we can really see what everything we're dealing with, which is a lot. Honestly, yeah, it's a bit weird to sit without a seat there at all, but right. Yeah, a lot more space. I can get in, clean the rest of this up. Well, there's a lot of point in cleaning it up anymore. There's a bracket here that we need to get off. I don't actually know what it's for. It's an original part of the truck, so we'll peel that away and that will get put back where it should be. There's a vent here for the brake master cylinder. That has a bracket that holds it on the other side, so we'll cut that off and take this out, clean it up, and we'll reinstall that in the new floor. Yeah. Okay, so here are some close-up shots of some of what we've exposed and uncovered. Yeah, there's some parts, particularly in and around the wheel arch heading towards the back of the cab, is a lot worse than I originally thought. So we've got a fair amount of work to do there, but you know, once the floor's out, we're going to have great access to it, so it's definitely the time to do it. So yeah, you can see a lot of rust. We've got a pretty big panel to cut out and replace for the floor, and obviously once we do that, no doubt we'll uncover some more bits that need replacing. So that's it for this video. Yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.